Hey guys, today's video is going to be on this purple cut smoky eye. I had a lot of fun creating it and I wanted to do just something colorful and kind of dramatic, so this is what I came up with. If you're interested in learning how to get this look, then just keep watching. So to get started with this look, I'm just going to prime my face, and I'm using my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and we're just going to rub that in and make sure it's all blended in, just to give a smooth canvas for our face to apply our makeup to. So I'm applying some eyeshadow primer. I'm using the Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later eyeshadow primer. And then I'm just going to set it with my face powder. I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Mineral in Natural Buff. And you can use whatever kind of powder you want, translucent, a setting powder, whatever you feel like. Just make sure you set it so that your eyeshadows can glide on to your eyelids better. So then we're going to be using some Scotch tape today for our look. And you just want to apply the Scotch tape along the bottom lash line, underneath your lashes obviously, and then going connecting to like the outer corner of your eye and going out towards your temples, and just try to make them even so that your look ends up coming out even. So for this look, I am pretty much using the Smashbox Art Love Color palette for the entire look. I'm taking that color Custard, which is kind of like a burnt orange, very light pale shade of burnt orange, and I'm taking my MAC 224 and I'm just sweeping it in the crease, just buffing it into the crease because it's going to be kind of our transition color. And then I'm taking that color Torch, which is right underneath it, and it's a really dark, intense burnt orange, and it does have a little bit of a shimmer, but when you apply it you can't really tell. And I'm taking my smudger brush, and this is from the Walmart brand. I believe it's the Still Spa Essentials, and this is their 009 smudger brush. I believe the numbers have rubbed off a little bit, but it's such a great brush. Like, when I first bought it, I loved it. I've loved it ever since. It's just such an awesome brush. So I'm just applying that right over top of Custard, and I'm also applying it in where the bridge of my nose is, so in the inner, very inner corner of my eye as well. So then I'm going in with this small detailer brush from Real Techniques, and I'm picking up the color Framboise, and this is a really pretty kind of magenta-y, like it has a really magenta look when you apply it on the lid. It doesn't look like that on the pan, but it does look like that on the lid, and it's kind of metallic, but once again, when you apply it on the lid, you can't really tell. And I'm just going to apply that into the crease. With that detailer brush, I'm going right into the crease, and then I'm taking this crown brush and I'm taking the pencil end and I'm going to just buff that out into the crease, because we want kind of a cut crease, but you do want that purple to blend out and smoke out and upward just a little bit. So just go in windshield wiper motions, blending that out. And then I take a fluffier brush and I'm buffing that out one more time, more on the top of where the color ends, just to blend it into those two orange colors. And then I'm going to be taking the color Orchid, and this is just a true purple. It's a gorgeous color, and I'm taking a more dense pencil brush, and I'm going to apply that into the crease area, not as precisely as with the detailer brush, just going in windshield wiper motions and trying to stay away from the lid, because this, like I said, is kind of a cut crease. It's more of a smoky cut crease, but you want to stay away from the lid because the lid is going to be as light as possible, and bring it out to the corner, the outer corner of your eye, and even go on top of that tape, because the tape is there to keep any of the fallout or extra shadow away from, that area. So just going over the tape lets you blend it and smoke it out as much as you possibly can. And then I'm going over it with that smudger brush again, and whatever product is left, and I'm blending out the top and in the inner corner onto the bridge of my nose. Sorry, not the bridge of my nose, to the inner corner of the very inner corner of my eye, just to make sure that that orange color is seen, because I do want that orange to stand out on the top of all the purple that we're adding. So then I'm going back in with my detailer brush just to, define the crease a little bit more. I went through back and forth with the detailer brush and blending it out in the detailer brush. I went through that a few times just to get the intensity that you want, and you really want to make sure that it's blended out nicely. You don't want to see any like choppiness or harsh lines above the cut crease, because the crease is pretty much the only part where you're going to have kind of a harsh line, but you do want to kind of smoke it out up towards those orange colors and blend them out really nicely. So like I said, I'm going in again with the detailer brush, adding in more color, and then I'll go in with the 224 and blend it out, blend the color out on the outer corner onto the tape so that it makes it really, really smoky. The tape is there to help you. It's your friend. Just like utilize it as much as possible because it really does give you a great look, a great finished product. I'm taking my MAC 219, which is a very, very small pointed pencil brush, and I'm picking up just a tiny, tiny amount of that orchid color, and I'm applying it into the crease just a little bit, but also right above that crease to just blend it out a little bit more, because that line was just a little bit too small and too concentrated and it wasn't blending out nicely. So I just wanted to add just a little bit of a thicker line because that enabled me to go back in with my larger pencil brush like I'm doing here, and to smoke it out a little bit more. It was just easier for me with a thicker line. So this is the first time I'm using this product. This is a Joe Fresh eyeshadow and it's in the color Sugar. And I'm just applying that to the eyelid, not going past that crease area. And it's a really, really pretty, um, it almost it almost feels like a cream, but it's not. It's definitely a powder, but it's very shimmery. It's just a beautiful shade. Like out of any of the products that I've tried from this Joe Fresh line, these eyeshadows, I have another color. It's like a golden color as well. These shadows are one of my favorite products I've tried from them. So then we're just going to remove the tape because it's done its job. Anything we do past this is not really, the tape is not really necessary. So we're going to move on to the face, and I'm using my Rimmel Match Perfection foundation, and this is in the color Soft Beige, and I'm just going to apply that to my face with my Damp Beauty blender. And just really make sure you buff that into your face, and you pounce it into the skin really well, because the more you blend it into your face and you let it, you really work it in, I find that it just sits a lot better. Like the longer I take putting on my foundation, I feel like the more it does for me during the day, and the longer it lasts. So that's just a tip. So then I'm going in with my Bye Bye Under Eye It Cosmetics, the full coverage anti-aging waterproof concealer with hydro collagen vitamins K and C. There's a lot of stuff going on in that under eye concealer. And this is in the color Neutral Medium. And then I'm also going in with my Instant Age Rewind concealer by Maybelline. And I'm just going to use the It Cosmetics concealer right underneath my eyes where I have like the hollows, because those are super duper dark and need a lot of concealing. And then I'm going to use the Maybelline below that, and then on my chin, down the bridge of my nose, and the middle of my forehead. And then I went along and put a little bit of my Wake Me Up Anti-Fatigue Radiant Glow concealer by Rimmel in the color, where are you? In the color Medium, which is just a little bit darker, and I put that in the areas in the hollows of my cheek, just to give a kind of a start to my contouring, just a little bit of like a cream contour. And then I'm using my same blending sponge, and I'm going to blend those all out, starting with the lighter color first and then moving towards the darker colors, because if you start with the darker color first and then you go on to the lighter colors, it will just kind of make those lighter areas dark, and that defeats the whole purpose. So then I'm going in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm setting all of my highlighting shades. And then I'm taking the same L'Oreal True Match powder and a large fluffy brush, and I'm just setting the rest of my face so that applying any of my contouring colors and anything else I'm going to apply to my face is going to blend in really nicely and smoothly, and not, be choppy and harsh. So now we're moving on to the eyebrows, and I'm going to be using my Anastasia Dipbrow in Ash Brown for the outer part of my brows, basically the tail, from the middle part to the tail end of my brows. I like to use the Dipbrow. I'm not so good at doing the front of my brow with the Dipbrow yet, but this is also probably because I don't have a really good angled brush. I'm still looking for one. I've been asking around and asking, people that I know in the makeup industry, asking them what brand of angled brush that they like, that they use. So hopefully I find one soon. But anyways, for now, I use the IT Cosmetics Universal Brow Pencil for the front part of my brows, and that is in the color Universal Taupe. And I actually used this NYX matte bronzer for the first time today, and I think it's great. It's so creamy and smooth. Like, it's just got a great consistency, and it blends out really, really nicely. It is amazing. And I'm using I can't even see what the number is on this MAC brush. It's a MAC brush. I'll link it down below for you guys. So I'm just going to bronze up my face just a little bit. I'm going in the areas that I normally contour, and just going a little bit beyond those just to bring warmth to the face. And then I'm using the contour palette by Kat Von D once again, and my contouring brush by Real Techniques, and I'm going to contour my jawline and my cheekbones, the temples, and down the sides of my nose. And you just want to make sure you go upwards when you're contouring your cheekbones, because you don't want any of the darkness to fall down below the hollows of your cheeks, because that just is not, it doesn't give you the look that you're trying to get. So when you do contour your face, blend up towards the lighter parts. So like where you've highlighted underneath your eyes, try and blend up towards that, and then buff it out as much as you can to make it really seamless and smooth. And when you're contouring your cheekbones, go from like the top of your ear towards the corner of your mouth. Don't go all the way towards your mouth, like to the corner of your mouth, because that also does not look right. But kind of stop halfway but go in that kind of angle. So from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth, that angle is the correct kind of shape that you want. And then I'm using that same MAC 219 to contour my nose today. I just liked, it's really, really dense and precise, and it just did a really good job, actually. I might keep that for that purpose, but you do want to blend it out. So I'm just using my big fluffy brush and a little bit more of my True Match powder and just blending that out. And I'm going in again with my detailer brush from Real Techniques, and I'm taking that orchid color once again, and I'm lining the just kind of outer half of my lash line, and then I'm taking a pencil brush and that framboise color once again, which is like that magenta color, and I'm buffing that out. I'm smoking it out really, really, as far as you want to go, smoke it out, because it really brings that color down to the lower to the lower lash line, and it really brings the whole look together. That magenta color really sticks out on the lower lash line, and I think it looks beautiful. And I kind of brought it out, not attached to like the wing, the smoke on the upper corner, the upper lid, but just kind of out on its own little line, and I thought it looked kind of cute. So I'm also using a new product for my liner, which is the Starlooks, where did you go? It's the new Starlooks mechanical pencil, and it's in the color Jet, and can I tell you how amazing this pencil is? Like, it is the creamiest, blackest eye pencil I have ever used in my life. It is amazing, and I got it in an Ipsy bag. Like, it's just amazing. So I went ahead and I lined my tight line with that, and then just a little bit, very, very close to the lash line on like the outer half of my eyelid, and then I went in with that detailer brush once again, and I completely smoked it out, and I attached it to like that outer wing area. I blended it out really, really well towards that outer corner. And today I'm using Ardell lashes in the number 403, and I have to say that these were really difficult to apply to my eyes. I like my Kiss Ever Easy lashes a lot better than these ones, but these had a really nice shape, and they're very accented on the edges. They're very like winged out on the edges, so they went well with this look. But, I'll move past it. So then I lined my eyes with my Rimmel Kohl pencil in Nude, and then I gave my lashes a coat of mascara on the top and bottom lashes. And then we're just going to go ahead with some highlighter, and I'm using my NYX Strobe of Genius highlighting palette, and I will link the colors down below for you guys, because like I said on the last video, I found a picture of like the description of the colors, but it doesn't actually have names, so I will list those down below for you. And I'm using my tapered highlighting brush from Luxie, and I'm just applying those to the tops of the cheekbones. And then I do go over that with the blending sponge, a damp blending sponge, just to kind of set it into the face. And I'm going in with my Sephora Blush in the number 1 with my large angled brush by Luxie. I just love Luxie brushes. They're so amazing, and I have not actually ever bought one on my own. I've always gotten them from my Ipsy bags, and they're like the thing that I looked forward to the most whenever I get an Ipsy bag. And for lipstick today, I'm using a combination of 2 Wet n Wild lipsticks, and I'm using the color 503 Will You Be Mine, which is like a really, really baby pink. And then I'm using the color Breeze, which is number 531, and I'm just applying that over top. And then once you do that, this look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I really stepped out of my comfort zone and was just feeling really creative that day, so I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, leave any comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!